Alright, what's going on everybody that is watching this video? I'm just going to be going over a couple of attacks from wars we had. This first one we're going to look at is a Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10 ring base attack format. And this one didn't go exactly to plan, but it worked out. So the first idea is to start creating a funnel for your main attack. As you can see down here, he has miners. That's going to be for the core, or supposed to be. We start with a queen walk over here with healers, and then the CC can be pulled out because it comes right about to there. So he ended up bringing 2 hogs and a Valk, just in case he dropped a hog here and a Tesla popped up. He can quickly drop that Valk and then drop that hog to get that lure out. It's very important for him to do that because it could mess up the rest of his attack. So what you end up seeing here is that there is no CC, and he ends up using the Valk over here to help funnel his queen to go that way. Essentially what we're trying to do here is to eliminate these structures here and get that queen walking down this route to meet up with his other portion of the funnel. So the queen walk creates half your funnel for your core attack and also helps with the funnel for your golem and bowlers. The golem and bowlers are just made like ring bases are to walk around. So that's what we're doing. We're clearing out all these structures so we have a good funnel straight to the core with our miners. And you'll see that here in a little bit. So yeah, just to recap, and another thing, the reason why I call them ring bases is because they got all this ring around your core that makes those units walk, avoiding that 3-star. So why don't we just go ahead and get into it, and I can narrate from there. So yeah, and another reason why there is because army camps are a great way to create a big gap for your queen walk to funnel and walk against. See, now like here I would have probably dropped that poison like right here just to slow down that balloon. I'm actually quite surprised he didn't lose his queen here. So we'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Okay, so the deployment on the golem was a tad early too, but still, I mean, it ends up in a 3-star. You can't really argue results, but you essentially want that queen to walk and meet up with this so the healers tag on to the bowlers as well. So that way they're replenishing health and you don't need to bring a heal spell. The reason for that freeze spell was so that this doesn't happen and it targets his king, although he compensated by using another rage there and just knocking that out before it did substantial damage to his king. Now see, his golem kind of got stuck there pounding on the wall, but now everything seems to be flowing that way. At this point he dropped his miners a little too soon. Now as you can see, some went towards the middle and some went out this way. Had we given them a little bit more time to clear structures on the outside, those miners would go straight to the inside. And the reason why we're using miners here instead of Valks is because of single target infernos, and there's not a lot going on in the core where those Valks would just decimate groups of structures. These are just kind of more, okay, we gotta go over this wall, that wall. Instead of wasting spells on jumps, we just brought some extra rages with. So we'll just continue to go through here, speed it up a little bit. I mean, he's got plenty going on here. His queen is not gonna die. She's still has her ability left, making great ground. The infernals are gone. That would pretty much hinder the queen from getting anywhere quick. But at this point, it's wrapping it up to be a 3-star against this ring base. So we'll just speed it up a little bit further, and you can see that she does in fact walk along, popping off. And now that poison spell that he has remaining, I tend to use that as a Town Hall 10 to drop in the middle in case those miners encounter skeletons, because skeletons can cause a big problem. Alright, that's what we got for the Town Hall 10. Now we'll go back to current war and review the results on this one. This is a Town Hall 11 against a pretty much max Town Hall 11 defense. So again, we're encountering that ring base format. It's a little bit different layout, a little bit different troop comp for this. However, the fundamentals are the same. Queen here, right around that army camp, healers behind. Now the enemy CC comes right about to there. So I drop one hog up here to lure that out once that hog is dead, the CC makes its way out and over, luckily coming across the enemy queen. Now, once the CC is going after the queen, I go drop a baby dragon there because I want these structures to try to be gone, so my queen only has this way to go. Once the CC gets in range of my queen, I drop a poison right around there, and the great thing about this is I'm getting two birds with one stone. I'm getting the enemy queen, and I'm getting the enemy CC. Now, once she starts making her way down here and takes out that bomb tower, because I don't want that bomb tower interfering with my wall breakers or my golem. So once she clears that out, I go and drop my golem with a wizard and barb in the clan castle right about there. That extra DPS never hurts. And then I start with two bowlers, and I think the rest I just drop in behind. Again, the reason why I drop those bottom bowlers first is to create that funnel that we already have going so that everything enters in and walks that way. Now you got to be patient with your Valks and those core troops, because if you send them too soon, they're just going to go walking and end up dying and avoid the 3-star at all. So why don't we just go ahead? I put one healer down just in case there might be some air mines there. They'll go for that. What I usually like to do is bring a balloon just to sweep it, but I didn't really feel that I needed to on this occasion. So there we go. Now a baby dragon comes down, so that way the queen doesn't walk north, instead she goes south where I want her to go. Use a rage to keep her alive, saving both my heroes' abilities. If I needed to, I probably would have popped my Grand Warden first instead of my queen, because if I pop my queen, then all those point structures go on my warden, then the healers go on my warden, and I lose my queen anyways. So it's kind of detrimental to the attack, per se. So as you see, now we're creating the other half of our funnel for our Valks by doing it this route. Not to mention that everything should be converging, although they kind of go walking because of those Teslas, but still they don't need to be inside that ring in order for this attack to be successful. My jump was a little shallow, however I knew the Valks were going to get through it just fine. I popped the Grand Warden's ability once that second Inferno gets encountered. Now as you can see, because it's a cluster of structures there in the middle, that those Valks make quick work of it underneath the rage. Sure, you use a little bit more spells for it, but you can't really argue with results. Miners would have took a lot longer to get through all that than Valks would have. Now if there was less structures in the middle there, I probably would have brought like 12 miners and probably brought more bowlers for the outside walk. Now unfortunately the healers get tagged by some skeletons, but not much you can do about that. Still one left, kind of revitalizing the troops as we go. And now about wrap it up. So yeah, if there's any pointers or anything you guys would like from me on these videos, just give me a holler or message me in line chat, and I can try to improve them better. There you go.